Hello, 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 my darlings. Thank you for joining me on A Slice of Life, A Slice of Life. Oh, can you tell how excited I am today? Baby, baby, baby. They talking about me today, super aging, getting older without getting old. Now, Georgia, you know you got to be careful how you frame this. But, baby, I'm going to give you two numbers, two ages, 69 and 75. Baby, if you 45 and 55, then you got something to live for. You can live to 69 and you can live to 75 and have a life. I'm talking about the new Pope. I'm talking about Pope Leo. He is 69 years old from Chicago. Okay, I'm from Gary. Hey, let me just say this. He's 69 years old. And people are like, oh, we got a young Pope. 69, 66, and a 9. Baby, baby, baby. It's a new day. You know I got a song like that. I don't know what you want me to say. It's a new day. Yes, it is. Super aging. When people are happy that you're 69, they say, oh, he's young. 69 is young. Baby, I'm just so glad we have this channel. I don't know what to do. That just lifted my spirits today. Besides the fact I got most of my grades in, that lifted my spirit. But baby, 69. And then one of my friends said, oh, at least I got a Pope of my age. I was like, we're excited about 69. Yes, we are. Why? Because we know that he still has life. We know that 69, he's going to bring it. He's going to bring it. Plus, he got Chicago. He's going to bring that. Or he is going to bring that. Now, I'm not Catholic. You say, well, why are you excited? I'm excited because of the numbers. I'm excited because people are excited about having a new Pope. Pope Leo. You know, I like the Leo part. I got that. Need to look up. Because that doesn't mean the same thing. No offense to anybody. But, you know, I just like the fact that people are excited and they're saying he's only 69. Baby, only 69. I'm ecstatic over that because it shows where we are, where we move from. It shows that we're living longer. We are living longer and we can do things later in life. Many of you are retired to watch my show. You're on your way to retirement. You're trying to figure out what to do. I'm 52. I'm 57. I don't know. I'm getting old. Baby, you're not getting old. Yes, you're getting older, but you're not getting old. I've been trying to tell you all that. And today's news, when it says 69, I was just so happy. I was happy for all my Catholic friends, and I was happy because I have been at the Sistine Chapel. I've stood right there. I was in my 20s. I was my classmate, the late Addie. What was Addie's last name? Anyway, I don't know what happens with me sometimes with names. But anyway, I was 21, maybe 22, and I was saying that I had already been to Canada school. And I said, listen, I cannot be a French teacher and hadn't been to France. What kind of, I didn't get that at all. How you going to be a French teacher and never been to France? So, and that doesn't mean anything now, but it meant something to me then. So I talked to my husband. I was married. And I said, listen, I got to go to France. That's just it. And so I said, I'm going by myself. And then Addie heard me say I was going. Then her sister and somebody else, I don't know why, I don't remember any names, but we all went. Never been on an airplane. I'd never been on an airplane. And so we went to France. And they went down to Italy. They left me and took a train, went down to Italy. I stayed in Paris to take a class at the Sorbonne. I said I need to take. They have week classes. You can take a week class. I said I got to go somewhere and take me a class so that I can really say I went to France and I took a class. So they had classes about a week, I think, over there in the Sorbonne. I showed you my ID, I think, from there. I still have my ID. I'm working on you. You stay with me where I'm going. So anyway, they came back and said, girl, you have got to go to Rome. And I said, so when I get out of class, I'll go. So we took the train. It came back up and got me. And we took the train all the way back down to Rome. And they went to see all that they missed seeing. And I went on my own tour. And part of the tour was the Sistine Chapel. And I'm glad to this day. And we were in our 20s, you know. But I look at it now, it's been 60 years since I was there, 60. We sat on the what was that, fountain of Tivoli, and you throw your 3 coins in the fountain, and we throw our money in there and said we'd be back. Well, we haven't made it back, and we lost Addie, so Addie's there in spirit. So but my whole point was I was excited about seeing this today, but I was, I got my little paper, but I was really excited about the Pope being 69. The Pope is beginning, listen to me, I know it's warm to me. The Pope is beginning, I got this hot dress, that kind of helps. The Pope is beginning, he's beginning a new job. He's beginning a new job at 69. Do you hear what I'm saying? Do you hear me on the other side of the screen? He's beginning a new job at 69. I can't even imagine starting. I guess I can, because I started this at 80, at 79 maybe. How long I've been doing this? At 80. At 80. But he's beginning, and look at the job he has. He is the father to the Catholics, millions of Catholics. And just the thought that you're going to start something new at 69 just gave me a shot in the arm. It gave me a shot in the arm for all my viewers and those who are here this late in life, that at 69, you can start all over again. Because he's been doing this. When you see the interviews, they interviewed his brother, a brother in Chicago, and they interviewed a brother in Florida. And the brother in Chicago, both of them said that when he was a little boy, he used to make them do communion at the ironing board. Now, God got something for you. When you're doing communion and having mass at the ironing board, that's tantamount to some of us a dance with the broom and the refrigerator door. So you all don't know nothing about that. But God puts it in your heart. His steps were ordered since he was a kid. And then they interviewed a roommate, I think, at, where'd he go to school? Villanoma? Anyway, they interviewed a classmate, and they said he was just that kind of guy. And so I like the interviews. I like what they said about him. I'm not Catholic, but I got Catholic friends, and this respect for who he is. He's the Pope. And he's starting a job at 69. Baby, do you hear what I'm saying to you on a slice of life? Let it soak in. You, at 69, your life changes because you're taking on a new job and a new responsibility. And that you're in charge of all a country, because the Vatican is its own country. Of course, I didn't know that when I was there. I was just glad to be in Rome. And here I am over here at the Sistine Chapel. But I'm saying to all of you who are sitting and wondering, can I do this? I started this channel at 80 years old. I did my first one-woman show. Thank you, Absalom Center for Healing, Absalom Jones Center for Racial Healing. And really, thank you to always thank Dr. Catherine Meeks for encouraging me, Sean Walker for encouraging me, Spelman 2018, L. Cornell Pearson for encouraging me at Atlanta Metropolitan College 2018. These people encouraged me, and I was 77 years old. And so, see, we're talking about 69. That's a huge, huge responsibility. And he's prepared for it since he was a little boy, making his whole family take mass at the ironing board. That is just the cutest story to me. I don't mean anything. I don't want the Catholics to get mad with me, but I'm loving every bit of it. I'm loving every bit of it because I talk to you all about doing you. Do you, whatever the you is, do it. You 45, baby, you young. You got 50 more years. You 55, you got 40 more years. You 65, you got at least 30 more years. You 75, you got 20 more years. You 85, you got good 10 more years. You 95, where the Lord is in the Lord's hand right there. Because in the Bible, who was 130? I think Myron Golden talked about the father to Joseph that became the king, the one that they threw and sold, and the woman tried to get him arrested and killed and all that. His father was 130. So, I don't know how they did numbers back then. But what's my point, Jordan? When I tell you the age is nothing but a number, it's for real. It's just a number. How do you feel about yourself? Now, don't get me wrong. Jordan gets into 80. Like some days, I said, if I had a boyfriend and I had to get up off this chair, I could not get up like I used to. He had to come help me up. That ain't no boyfriend. That's a CNA. Okay? So, that's why I can't have nobody because I need help getting off the chair. And unless they're with me, like my favorite couple, where they take care of each other so well. I love Alexis and Brian. You hear me talk about Alexis and Brian all the time. Everybody's not Brian and everybody's not Alexis. So, but just the idea that you're 69 years old, and let me see. He was on a job interview for how many days were there? 133 Cardinals. And so he was just one in the crowd. And they had 4 ballots. So he must have been in the 4th or 5th ballot. And you had to have at least 89 votes, right? So 89 people said, we want him out of the 133. That's about right. So my point is, somebody wants you. That's where I'm going. Somebody wants you to start all over again. We had a long interview yesterday with a really well-known person. I'm very disappointed today, or yesterday, day before yesterday, that we're not working with this person because I love his spirit. I love his spirit. He's in his 80s and just got so much spirit and was ready to start a new job. See, I'm 82 and I'm ready to start a new job. Constantly creating. I have some things going on in my head now. I cannot wait to get these last 4 grades in because my brain won't let me feel free until I get these. There's always a student or two. You know what I'm saying? There's always a student or two. Okay, I digress. So this little piece of paper, I told you about the age 69. Now let me tell you about 75. You see my little hair in here? Mm-hmm. Let me tell you about 75. Are you 75, baby? Listen up. 2 75-year-olds were seen on the street. Guess what they were doing? They were kissing. Baby. They were kissing like that. Kissing. And guess who they were? You never guess. Did you hear about it? It was on Entertainment Tonight. I looked it up because they made a point of showing it on Entertainment Tonight. I was like, baby, 75, that's my crew. I've been trying to tell y'all, you still got some folk to kiss. See, I got a poem. If you came to my one-woman show, I got a poem. The poem is called His Kisses Are Still in My Mouth. I want y'all to know that MERYL Streep and Martin Short, did y'all know they were dating? And kissing. I'm not talking about kissing on the, you know how you have to kiss on the, when you're doing your acting. No, this was in between this and in between that. I said, baby, wait till I tell a slice of life, people. This is what I love about my show. I am so glad God directed my path to come here and do super aging because I got a shot in the arm today. I said, I told y'all. I've been trying to tell y'all. I've been trying to tell you since I got this book. I don't know these people. They don't know me. I always say that. I don't know them. They don't know me. But ever since I started this book, ever since I started this journey, I can tell you some stuff that I want you to stay with me. We got a person who had a job interview by 132 other people, and 89 of the people suggested and agreed that this person should get the new job. And at 69 years old, he started his new job today as Pope Leo. And then MERYL Streep and Martin Short were on the street kissing, that kind of kissing. I'm talking about, ain't talking about, I'm not talking, I'm talking, you know, that deep, at 75. Baby, baby, baby. I'm just excited. I got a headache almost. I got a headache. I gotta go get me some water. Cause all this is taking my breath away today. Because this is why I do this show. And I hope you are with me and you're out there on the other side of the screen, making sure that you are also enjoying every bit of your life, every second of it. And you're not letting age or anything get in the way. And you are thinking about what is it I got to do? What I got to do next? I want to do this. You're creating. What did God do first? Before he did anything else, he created. Before he did anything else, before he made, man was the last thing he made. But he was creating all the time. You got stuff to create. I got to go ahead and create some materials tonight for something I need printed out. For something I've already done. You see? This is what I tell you. What I tell you about this. This does what? Controls all of this. All of this. And how you handle this tells all of this what to do. Oh my God. I congratulate the Catholic Church, the Vatican, and Pope Leo, 69 years old. And baby, I congratulate MERYL STREEP and Martin Short for kissing out there on the street. And see, when you kissing like that, you it's his touch, just a touch, a little bit. I mean, you know, it's just that touch. You just got. I can't stay away. I gotta give me a kiss in the middle of the afternoon. I don't care who looking. See, when you got that, I don't care who looking. When it's the I don't care who looking, baby. At 75, see, I'm trying to get you youngins at 45 and 55 and 65 to understand what happens at 75 and 85. It don't go nowhere. It just who needs to find it. Just saying. I love you, and you can't do anything about it.